And the latest from Porsche can also be seen at the New York Auto Show. CCTV's Tracy Tandon spoke to Porche North American CEO Detlev von Platen about the company's most popular cars.
The best-selling Porsche model here in the United States, obviously in this market where the SUV are very common and familiar, I would say the Cayenne, which was introduced in this market in 2003 and has been very successful here. Important is to say that we have still a very strong balance between our traditional two sports car, the 911, the mid-engines, and our four doors with the Cayenne and the Panamera. Cayenne is a very strong model here. We sold 47,000 cars last year in the United States, so we have been increasing our presence in this market constantly over the last 5 years.
When you think of Porsche, you don't think about fuel efficiency or green technology, yet Porsche does have a number of cars that are using hybrid technology. What has that been like, that transition?
I'm very grateful that you asked this question, because Porsche is truly a sports car manufacturer, and you would have expected Porsche to enter this green technology, green. But for us, plug-in hybrid technology is not necessarily equals to green. It's efficiency, and Porsche didn't start yesterday or 2 years ago to be efficient. We have been efficient all our lives. This was part of our philosophy when we started the very first Porsche, the nimble small car beating the big cars on the racetrack. The sports car have a future, and this is the reason why we came up with this 918 plug-in hybrid, a very powerful, fast performing sports car with this plug-in technology, where people said we don't need any green stuff in Porsche, and in fact they understood that green can also be something working very well together with performance. Yes, surprising, but we were the first. Porsche were the first to introduce a full plug-in luxury sedan with the Panamera. Last year we started also with a Cayenne plug-in. So surprising, but we have done it. And I think this is something also where Porsche is very strong. It's not only tradition, it's also innovation. And this is something where we continue this. We see that the world is looking for green technologies. We don't see this as a challenge, we see this as a chance for us to position Porsche in a different way.
Porsche has a big customer base that is the heritage diehard purists. How do you keep them happy as you transition to new technology, green tech? How do you satisfy the diehard Porsche enthusiasts?
I think very simple. You have to stay true to your DNA, to your roots. It's very important that our brand stands consistent, and what we do has to have a reason in terms of design. We have a very clear design language in all of our cars. Every car we produce is a sports car, whether it's a 2 doors or a 4 door, and being consistent helps us to keep this customer base. They are very demanding to us. Each time when we come up with a new generation, they're asking ourselves, is that the right thing to do? And they understand, yes, this is the right next step. So 911 has been in the world for more than 60 years now, right? And you take the first 911, which was launched in 1963, and you take the latest today, it's a complete different car, but in some sense is the same. Consistent, true to your roots, true to your DNA, to our tradition, and bring tradition and innovation together makes it Porsche.
Porsche released the new Macan last year. Do you expect it to follow the same success as the Cayenne, or is that hard to beat?
I think the Macan will be very successful also in this market. The Macan is entering the compact SUV segment, which is a very fast-growing segment here in the United States. More compact because we see more people living now in cities. The urbanization is one of the most important trends we see worldwide and also here in the United States. We have attracted a lot of new customers. 65 to 70% of our customers are new to the brand. Younger customer, more trendy customers, more women, also designed now to drive, not only to be driven in a Porsche.
Today, women make up over 50% of the car buying decisions in a household. What is Porsche doing to cater to the average woman like me? what can I get from a Porsche car?
I disagree with you. It's not 50%. I would say it's close to 100. I would say the women have always had a very important role to play when it comes to buy a Porsche and to say, okay, you can do that.
I agree, yeah.
Right? But I think it would be a mistake if we would start as Porsche company to make a different marketing strategy for a woman or for a man. I think we have one global strategy for our brand and for our products, and it appears that our women, the women in the world, are getting more interested not only to say yes to their partner, but also to drive themselves a car and to have this right and privilege to do it on their own. So yes, you're right, we see more and more women not only sitting on the right side, but to drive the car. And they want to this, and they want to understand the technology behind it. And Porsche is a unique brand, and I think the attractiveness to this brand to women makes us very happy.